What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Ian for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with the daily readings. The first sign I see is the first sign I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs of love. Hopefully, you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to the notification gang. I love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw was Pisces. So let's go ahead and get it started, guys. But hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy pre-Friday to all of you. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Really appreciate you guys coming on out. Of course, if you want to participate in the spring sale, feel free to use code POPPIN, POPPIN, for 20% off on a 15-minute personal reading with me. Link in the description below. All right, guys, let's hop on into it, man. Let's see what's going on here. Happy Thursday. Hello, Allison. Thank you for tuning in. Allison Scott. Pisces will be going first today. What's poppin', Tracy? Hey, Queen Star Libra. How's it going? Unapologetic Converse. Hey, Red Sky. Hello, everybody. Hey, Miss Gray. How's it going? Hey, Eclipse Chaser. Just saying hi, Aunt. How are you doing on this lovely afternoon? I'm doing pretty fantastic. I hope you're doing great as well. Thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, we're going to roll on into it. Starting out here with the fish. Let's see what's going on here for the Pisces, baby, okay? What's popping here for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? If my cards want to work with me today, let's take a look here and see what's up. What do we got going on here for Team Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. Hey, Michaela, how's it going? Thank you for stopping on by. All right, Piscean, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves 2 more shuffles, and we'll see what's going on here. Hopefully, as always, we're looking at some pretty awesome stuffs. What do we got going on for the Pisces gang? Piscean, overall energy here for ya is going to go ahead and be the Fool in the reverse. So you could be connecting here possibly with an Aries for a few of you. Having a look at your current energy, we do have here the 2 of Cups reversed, what you're dealing with, 10 of Cups reversed. Oh boy, looking at that outcome. 5 of Cups reversed as well. Now, we do got all reversals across the board, guys. It does happen. A lot of people usually get unhappy with that, but guys, do not worry about it. It's not always necessarily a bad thing. So Pisces, I'm automatically hearing for you, by the way, reassessing. You're reassessing moving in the next 24. What it is you are reassessing, I'm not too sure just yet, but there's going to be some sort of reassessment, Pisces. Now, overall energy, Fool in reverse, current energy, 2 of Cups reversed. It's really hard, guys, to force yourself to care about something. It's really hard to force yourself to like something or to like someone. And I really feel like that's what it's starting to come down to here, guys, whether this is about work, a friendship, a specific situation. It's like, honestly, I can't force myself to like or to love someone or something. And I'm at that point where it's like, I can't keep doing this, you know, looking at what you're dealing with, 10 of Cups reversed. It is that energy of understanding that you're unfulfilled. So guys, what is it you're doing right now in your life that you know that you're just not necessarily connected to? You know, are you connected to somebody right now in a relationship in that aspect and you're not really happy with that person? Are you dealing with somebody in a friendship you're not really happy with? Are you doing a path, or are you on a path you're not happy with? It's like, it's kind of time to reassess what we're doing, especially if what we're doing isn't making us happy. You know, I think sometimes practicality is super important in everything we do, but I don't think it's very practical to do the things we don't like, even if they have some kind of benefit to them. You know, for example, the most used example I use of this is, I don't think it's very practical to have a job that makes you a lot of money, but it's a job you fucking despise. You know what I mean? Because what are you doing to yourself? Sure, I'm making all this money, but you're draining yourself mentally, you're draining yourself physically, you're draining yourself spiritually. And does the benefit of having a good amount of money outweigh your sanity? Does the benefit of having a good amount of money outweigh your mental, physical, and spiritual health? In my personal perspective, I'd say no, because I think that being rich in the soul is just as important as focusing on richness within wealth. So wealthiness inside is super important from my perspective. So I really feel here for you, Piscean. It's kind of like, man, I'm doing something that I don't really like, and it's time to kind of put an end to it here, you know? Looking at the outcome for you, Pisces, 5 of Cups reverse, putting an end to it indeed is what's going on here for you in your next 24. I do see you guys saying, listen, it is time to move on. I don't feel motivated here with the Fool reversed to even be invested in what I'm invested in, and I gotta put a stop to this here and invest my energy somewhere new. And I believe that that's the right path here for you for sure. Listen, everything in life either is going to come with fulfillment or unfulfillment. And my advisory is to always chase fulfillment or go and align yourself with what fulfills you. Remember, wealth, right? Let's say we're talking about money, for example. Somebody will work a shitty job to get good pay. But have you ever thought about it from the perspective that maybe doing something you love and being wealthy in what it is you're doing can literally create the byproduct of wealth? Because money is just a byproduct of adding value. So if you're adding value, imagine this, you're adding value in something that you're doing that you genuinely enjoy and you're super passionate about. Imagine the byproduct, which is money, from all the value you provided. Imagine how much more money you can make doing something you loved versus doing something you hate. You could probably make a crap load more than what you're making at the job you dislike. Now, I'm going to be the person who's going to tell you, yes, practicality is important, right? Don't quit your job on the fly and start something that fulfills you if you don't have a plan. We all need money. We all need a job. That's how life works, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, who says you can't, while working the job you might dislike, look on the side for jobs that would fulfill you and that would pay you the right amount that you feel would satisfy you on a very financial level. So what it really comes down to, Pisces, is if it's time to reassess what you're doing in life, start creating a new plan, make that plan come to life, and then abandon this old plan that you don't like, that doesn't resonate with you, and move into what's not only going to fulfill you, but get you what you need in return. Okay, Pisces? All right, baby. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for tuning on in. Really, really appreciate you. Take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't, okay? All right, Piscean, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we started out today's daily reading with the fish. Thank you guys for stopping by. Water signs went first today. I'm going to go ahead and do water, fire, air, earth. We'll keep it super simple today. So I'll do water, fire, air, earth, and we'll move on into that in just a sec, okay? Real quick though, everybody, thank you for stopping by and coming in. Really appreciate it. Rose said, absolutely. I'm not a Pisces, but I am a tarot reader and I'm starting an art business as we speak and can't do a 9 to 5. You know, at the end of the day, right, I think that a lot of people have like the dream to like not want to do their own 9 to 5 job, like they want to have their own business, and that's definitely okay. But I think that at the same time, something that like, if I could give advice, if you want to start your own business, one of the best things you can do is don't immediately quit a 9 to 5 to jump into that business. Get that business taken off first. I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying this is you, by the way, but this is just genuine advice for anybody who wants to start their own business. The number one thing you need is income to make that business thrive, because that money you make from your personal income is what you're throwing into the business as well. So when it comes down to it, right, you want to really build up your personal business right here, right now, while you're still working your 9 to 5. And then once this business takes off, then you shift fully into it. But I'm wishing you nothing but success in reference to the art business there. And I think that's really awesome that you're going for it, because I think a lot of people also too really fear starting their own business. They worry to themselves, well, what am I going to do? Well, we need to have a plan, right? I think that a plan is everything when it comes to starting a business. So congratulations first and foremost to starting that. And I really hope to see that unfold for you. You know, I remember when I started this business, it was really scary kind of moving away from consistent money to jumping into something that I didn't even know if it'd work out or not. But I'm kind of glad at the circumstances and how they played out. And I'm glad that I took the money that, you know, I was making on my 9 to 5 and invested it into what I wanted and invested it into my dream. And it turned into something really wonderful. So I really do wish you the best of luck there for sure. All right. Finding Happiness said, I'm sending love to everybody, and don't forget to remind yourself that you're deserving of love too. I love that message. Thank you. And that's true, man. A lot of people, you know what's funny that I notice in life? A lot of people who are the biggest lovers to other people are usually the biggest, not necessarily haters, but they're not super kind to themselves in return. You know, you ever come across a person who's so loving to everybody they meet, but they're just not that loving to themselves? So if you need to love yourself extra today, please feel free to do so. And if you're one of those people I just described who's a huge lover of others, but isn't so loving to yourself, try to love yourself like you would love all the other people in your life. And you would notice such a total difference in how you treat yourself and how you feel about who you are. All right. So definitely do keep that in mind, guys. Okay. All right, guys, moving on forward though. We're going to do water, fire, air, earth. So we're going to hop on into the fire now, jumping into fire signs. Let's have a look here at the lovely and amazing Leo gang. What's going on here for Team Leo, baby? Messages here for the Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. My cards today, guys, I need to get a new deck for the daily reading. I've kind of been just going back to old decks recently, but I think I need a brand spanking new one because all my decks over here are getting super worn out. All right, what do we got going on here for Leo, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here for the zodiac signs of Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here with you? All right, Team Leo, I want to get you guys one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up. Hopefully all is well. Leo, overall energy here for you is going to go ahead and be the 10 of Wands in reverse. So you could be connecting here possibly with a fire sign like an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Having a look at your current energy, we got here the Star. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got the 7 of Wands in reverse. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to go ahead and be the 3 of Wands in the upright position. So as far as what I'm seeing for you guys in your next 24, 10 of Wands reversed here, Star card in the upright position. It does look to me like healing is kind of taking place here for you guys, jumping into your next 24 hours. 10 of Wands reverse is about releasing burdens, and then the Star card could be a big card of healing. So it kind of feels to me like you're healing away burdens. It's like, you know what? I'm done being bothered by a situation. I'm done being burdened by a situation. I'm really focusing on letting it all go. So the good thing about the Star too is, as you can see, this woman here, she's filling up her own well. And this is similar to the energy of like filling up your own cup. So Leos, you're really focusing right now, what do I need to heal within myself? And what can I do to improve myself or make myself feel better? So you're really focusing on self-love here too, moving into your next 24 hours. Now, having a look at what you're dealing with, 7 of Wands reversed. I definitely feel like your next 24 hours is your walls coming down. Okay, Leo? So this is about tearing down those walls, tearing down those blockages. If you've been a person who's kind of kept it all in and held it all in, it might be a little bit of an emotional day tomorrow where you're like, oh crap, my walls and barriers are down, and here comes in the emotions. I kind of get the feeling here that someone is triggering this within you. So it could be somebody that's like your romantic partner, a family member, a friend. Or it might even be like you watch a video on YouTube or something and something really resonates with you and like strikes you and like hits you in the feels, you know? But it doesn't feel like a bad day at all tomorrow. It just feels like a release of a lot of emotions that have been really pent up and held on to for quite some time. And we all need that from time to time. You know, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I have my moments where I hold in everything, and I know that it's not healthy, and I know I should practice what I preach. But I'll have my moments where I'm like, oh, here's that one thing that just totally opened me up, and oh crap, here come in the emotions. It's a very intense time, but it's a good time because after you like feel everything you need to feel, what happens? You feel so much fucking better. You feel relieved, right? So I like that energy, and I think you can expect that moving into your next 24 hours. Looking at the outcome, 3 of Wands is like, okay, I've emptied out everything I've needed to. I've emptied out all my feelings and emotions. I feel free, and I'm excited for my ships to come in with that 3 of Wands. I'm excited to see what comes next now, especially in terms of my attitude, in terms of what I encounter and what I manifest going forward. So Leos, I think it's a good day to release, to let it out, especially if you've been bottling up anything. And I think that after you feel better from this initial release, you're kind of in a space to see, okay, let's see what comes next. Let's see what I can build for my future. Let's see what I can do to start getting myself on track to be feeling better, but more so, what can I do to make myself more of a healthy communicator with my own emotions too? Okay. All right, guys. Cool. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our Lions. Thank you, Lions, for tuning in. Really appreciate you coming on out. So we did our fire. We also did our water. We're going to hop into the air in just a sec. Just give me 1 second, guys, so I can fix something on my computer real fast. Thank you very much. And then we'll go ahead and keep it moving forward. By the way, for the 117 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, that'd be sweet. Thank you guys for coming out. It means a lot more than every single one of you guys know. Eclipse Chaser said, I love the decompression stage. It feels better always. Seriously, it really does. Like, if you've ever had like a really good fucking cry, like if you've had so much built up inside of you and you just have like a great cry and the emotions are flooding, the tears are flooding, and you let it all out, literally every time, every single time it finishes, it stops, you're like, whew, it's a breath of fresh air. You feel good, you feel lighter, and you're in such a better space. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a nice vibe for you guys, okay? Regardless, though, let's keep it moving forward, okay? Going on into the air signs, I want to go ahead and check out here the lovely and amazing Libra gang. What do we got going on for Libra, baby? Messages here for Team Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? All right, Team Libra, let's go ahead and get this last shuffle here, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well for you beautiful peeps. Overall energy here is going to be the King of Pentacles in reverse. Looking at your current energy, we have here the 2 of Swords. What you're dealing with, guys, we do have here the 7 of Pentacles. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to go ahead and be the 5 of Swords in the upright position. So Let's have a look at it, guys. King of Pents reversed, Two of Swords upright. It does feel to me like right now you might be having a little bit of a difficult time getting to a period where you feel grounded. So this could be about you kind of feeling like you're everywhere emotionally right now. It might be a little tough to be grounded. I mean, looking at what you're dealing with, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is like, I kind of have a lot on my plate. I kind of have a lot of things going on right now that you're invested in. So looking at the outcome, Five of Swords, you're kind of frustrated because considering that there's a lot going on, it feels so hard to find a moment of peace, or it feels so hard to find a moment to be grounded. You know what I mean? It's like, how the heck can I get in a space where I feel okay and where I feel content and where I feel grounded when I have so much to do or so much to focus on? So there's a lot of frustration here, I think, about you possibly feeling like there's a lot on your plate, Libra. And the thing is that it's really about taking it one step at a time. You know, when we feel super overwhelmed, we're like, okay, we got to do this, that, this and that, and this and that. And then we start to feel like, oh, I don't think I could do anything. You know what I mean? And that was an interesting little thing, right? It's like, oh, I don't feel like I can do anything. It looks like you're squatting over there, right? But either way for you, Libra, the energy for you guys moving in your next 24 hours is not about having to take on everything all at once and look like this. You know what I mean? It's about saying, okay, what can I do right here, right now? What is one thing on my plate that I can clean up? What is one thing on my plate that I can eat, that I can take care of? And then you get one thing done, you move on to the next. You know what I mean? When we get overwhelmed and we try to take it all on all at once, you're going to freeze up and nothing's going to come of it and nothing's going to happen here for you. So what I advise for my Libra peeps is that if there's anything going on that's frustrating you, stressing you out, making you feel overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for 4 seconds. And exhale for 4 seconds. And after you let that breath out, guys, take a look at one thing you can focus on, one thing you can do right now, and go ahead and get to work. Give yourself that quick time to have a mental reset and tackle one thing, one day, and one step at a time. And in no time, no longer will you feel overwhelmed and stressed. You'll get everything completed. So work in small steps, because small steps really do create very, very big wins. Okay? All right, though, Libra. Much love to you. Thank you for coming on out. Really appreciate it. Take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. Okay? All right, guys. So the air signs are done for now. We're going to go ahead and hop back on into our, we'll hop on in general to our earth signs. Going into earth, let's have a look here at the Capricorn. What do we got going on here for Cappy, baby? Messages for Team Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Capricorn? Messages for Team Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What is going on here with you? All right, Team Capricorn, I'm going to get us one more shuffle, and we'll see what's up. You guys needed that breath. I'm glad to hear that for sure. Maybe I should do more like meditation sessions with you guys, or like breath work in general. Because it's a really big help. I think that doing that collectively on live would be pretty cool. So maybe we'll do a little sesh or something at the end. But regardless, hopping on into it for you guys. Capricorn, overall energy. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Having a look here at your current energy, we do got the Three of Wands reversed, what you're dealing with. We do have here the Ace of Swords in the upright, and then looking at the outcome for you is going to go ahead and be the Seven of Wands in the reverse position. So Capricorns, coming into your next 24 hours, I think that you're not necessarily wanting to seize an opportunity of some sort. It kind of looks to me like there's an opportunity here, but it's like, this isn't what I want. So whatever's going on here for you at this time, you're not interested in seizing an opportunity. I think it has a lot to do though with the fact that you've seen the truth. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with here, Ace of Swords, you've kind of seen the truth here right now. And I see here for you Capricorns, whatever that truth may be, it doesn't seem so beautiful. It doesn't seem so amazing. So you kind of see an opportunity for what it is, and you want to avoid it at all costs. Looking at the outcome here, Seven of Wands reversed, you're not, getting easily pressured or pushed into doing something. You're standing your ground because you know exactly what this opportunity entails. So let's say, for example, someone says to you, Capricorn, let's go on a date. You're like, nope, let's not go on a date because I know the type of person you are. I know who you are. I know what you're about. I'm good. Let's say that somebody's trying to get you in a pyramid scheme. They're like, hey, you want to work for us? You're like, okay, I know you're a pyramid scheme. I'm good. Don't want to work for you. I'm chilling. I'm keeping it popping, pushing, moving forward. I just feel like Capricorn, you're kind of in a space where you see something for what it is relatively easily. So you're avoiding it at all costs. All right, Capricorn. And you're standing your ground. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Love that for you, Cappy. I love when you're standing up for yourself. Really, really good stuff. Okay. All right, guys, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. By the way, you guys are saying please do a session. Okay, for sure. I think that maybe at the end or maybe in the middle, we can do like a quick breathwork session for everybody. That'll be pretty cool for sure. I think we'll do that today, guys. Just try to remind me if I don't remember. All right. Mark said, thank you, everybody. It's not super good news right now. I'm going to have to be my mother's caregiver. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. But you know what? At the end of the day, you're going to be able to be there for your mom. And the beautiful part of this experience, too, even though it's pretty rough, is that you get to spend more time with her and you get to be more close with her, too, especially as you're playing that caretaker role. So be there for your mom as much as you can. You know, I'll definitely keep your mom in my prayers for sure, Mark. And I do hope that she gets better as quickly as possible. Okay. But be there for her. Have good spirits. Keep your spirits up. Have good faith, man. You know, you never know what can happen, right? And you got to take a look at that every day of like, hey, even though rough things can happen in life, a blessing can happen to me today. You know what I mean? So if you look at it in that perspective, right, where it's like anything bad can happen in life, so can anything good. So keep up your spirits, man. All right. You never know. You might get blessed today, man. You never know. All right. All right, guys, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Jocelyn said, I'm having a bad day. The Wi-Fi here sucks at work. I'm sorry to hear that, Jocelyn. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, the Wi-Fi in a lot of places suck, unfortunately. Just to go on a bit of a tangent for like 2 seconds, guys, everywhere else in the world besides the United States have literally the best Wi-Fi. You come to the US and the Wi-Fi sucks. I wish that we had some of the Wi-Fi that they do in like Europe. Like Europe has like mandatory 1 gig up and down like everywhere you fucking go. You know how amazing that is? You know how much of a struggle it is to find it here? So at the end of the day, we do need to fix up our Wi-Fi in general. Yeah, for sure. That's my tangent for the day, though, guys. You never really know, man. You never really know. Mark, let it out, brother, for sure. Let it out, man. You deserve to let all that out. You're going to feel so much better afterwards. And honestly, dude, keep your spirits up. Like, you never know. Like, this could be the day you get your blessing, man. For sure. For sure, man. All right, though, guys, moving on forward. We finished up our first batch. Let's go back into the water and let's have a look at Scorpios. I want to see what's going on with you guys. What do we got going on here for the Scorpio, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? What messages are rolling on in here for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What is up with you, Team Scorpio? I want to get you guys one more shuffle, and we'll see what's popping. Hopefully all is well for you guys in the next 24. Scorpio, starting out here with the overall energy for you. Your reading is going to be here. Well, your overall energy is going to be here. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, having a look at your current energy. Page of Wands reversed, what you're dealing with. Two of Swords in the upright position, looking at the outcome for you, is going to be the Ten of Wands in the upright position as well. Scorpio, you definitely have a choice here. You know, you have a choice to sink or swim is kind of what I feel like it's coming down to for you guys moving in your next 24 hours. Do we sink or do we swim? Page of Pentacles reversed here. Page of Wands reversed here. You know, two of these cards are kind of indicating right now that you're not really feeling very invested in something. And I think that the more that you feel uninvested, the more that you feel like there is just nothing that intrigues you or interests you at this time. And the ideology kind of behind sinking or swimming is that if you're sinking, I feel like in this retrospect, you'd be sinking into feeling unfulfilled completely. If you continue to sink, you're going to get to that point where it's like, it feels like nothing fulfills me. But if you swim, you can start to accustom and attune yourself to what else is out there. You know, I think that Scorpio, this is kind of a time to be more open to new experiences. And I think that the more closed off you are to experiencing life and experience what else it has to offer, the more of a closed off and bored and unhappy or unfulfilled experience you're going to have. You know, I've been here a lot in my life when I was younger where I was like, dude, is this it? Is this really life? You know, like I used to feel that way. I was like, dude, life sucks, man. Everything is so boring. You know, we grow up, we work till we die. It fucking sucks balls, you know? But I didn't have my eyes open to like all the other cool shit life had to offer. So I was kind of stuck in this very Matrix point of view of just like looking at life as like, okay, I'm going to get through high school. I'm going to grow up. I'm going to work till I die. And that's life. You know, that was kind of like my morbid way of looking at life. And not saying you necessarily really have a morbid way of looking at life, but I do feel like if you were to kind of expand yourself to the more things that life have to offer, you'd probably be having a more fun time or a better time in general. So I just get that feeling that you might be a little bit closed off, and that's what leads you to feel pretty burdened right now. You know, you got here the 10 of Wands for the outcome. 10 of Wands is like, man, I just feel like there's nothing enjoyable here. I'm holding on to all these burdens. It feels like everything going on right now is not that great or not that fun. So it's like you have to be open here to what else does life have to offer for you, and what else would you be interested in? Because a limited mind lives a limited life, but a open mind lives an abundant life. And I think that the more you can open yourself up, Scorpio, to just having experience and doing something new, the more you can start to find fulfillment. You know, a lot of people will be like, well, I mean, I've always thought about going to this person's concert, but I don't have anybody to go with. Go by yourself. It can be a fun fucking time, believe it or not, going to a concert by yourself, you know? If you've always been interested in going skiing, you know, make a trip, go by yourself, enjoy yourself, ski, experience life at its finest, you know what I mean? We got to be more open, I guess, to just what it is that we can enjoy, but the only way we'll figure out what we will enjoy in our future is by having more experiences. So Scorpios, my advisory to you in your next 24 hours is to literally experience as much as you can. You never know what you'll like or not like unless you give it a go round, okay? So really be open to the experiences that life has to offer, and I think you're going to find yourself in a much more fulfilling spot, okay? I also do want to say to Scorpios too, it's like, if you're feeling this way where it's like every day is the same, it's super unfulfilling, like break out of your routine entirely. Like come up with a brand new routine, a brand new regimen, because if you're doing the same shit all the time, it's bound to get unfulfilling, you know? So break it up, do something new is what I think would be beneficial for you too, okay? All right, though, Team Scorpio, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And thank you for coming out, guys. Really, really appreciate it, okay? All right, baby. So we did our Scorpio. We're going to move on into our fire signs now. Jumping into fire, let's have a look here at Sagittarius, okay? What do we got showing up here for Saggy? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiac in the next 24 hours. Team Sagittarius. Let's get one more shuffle, and we'll see what's going on with you, babes. Hopefully all is well. Sagittarius, overall energy for you is going to be the 8 of Cups. You could be connecting with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. With your current energy, Devil in reverse, what you're dealing with, King of Wands in the upright. Looking at the outcome, we got here the Star in reverse as well. I feel like collectively everybody needs a little extra boost today of love, or like an extra daily dose of positivity. I don't know. I feel like on the collective level, maybe some people are kind of feeling a little bit down or just a little bit meh, if you will. So Sagittarius, sending you a boost of love, okay? Everything's going to be all right, but let's talk about it, guys, and see what's going on. So 8 of Cups showing up here, Devil reversed here. Yeah, it does kind of look to me right now like you definitely are escaping something you've been feeling stuck in for quite some time, but I think that right now you're kind of on this weird brink of confusion of what comes next. And I think I talked about this with a zodiac sign yesterday. I don't remember what sign exactly, but you're kind of in this feeling where it's like, okay, I'm not stuck in life anymore, but I don't know what comes next and I feel confused. And it's actually pretty similar to what I discussed with Scorpio, which is a sign I previously read for, where it's like, you don't always need to know what comes next. And if you feel confused in your life, like literally try as many things as you can. You know what I mean? Like experience as much as you can, do whatever the hell you want, do what comes to mind, do something random. Like if you just give yourself the opportunity to just experience anything new, you'll get it figured out in no time. You know, the thing is when we feel lost in life, it's not about always having to make sure you find where you're supposed to be, but instead it's just about living, and inevitably you end up somewhere that just works for you based on experience alone. So Sagittarius, what I would say here for you is literally go with the flow. Don't expect any outcomes. Don't expect to know where you're going, and don't feel the need to know where you're going, but just live your life. And as time progresses, it's all going to kind of just work out for you perfectly like it always does. Life has a way of always perfectly taking us to where we need to go and aligning us to where we need to be. So I wouldn't worry about your future. I wouldn't have concern about your future. But what I would do is I would just enjoy the now, live each day like it's your last, have fun, experience life, and you're going to end up where you need to be. Don't be too concerned or too caught up in your future. Okay? All right, Sagittarius, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for stopping on by. Okay? All right, baby. So we did the water, we did the fire. Going on into our air signs. Let's have a look here at the Gemini gang. What's going on here for Gemini, baby? Messages for Team Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Team Gemini? Messages here for the gems. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Gemini, one more shuffle is an account for you, and then we'll see what's up. Hopefully all is well. Let's go ahead and check it out, okay? Gemini, overall energy for you is going to be the Lovers. Okay, this is the Gemini card, so you could be connecting with a fellow Gemini for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, 7 of Wands, what you're dealing with, Ace of Swords in the upright, and then looking at the outcome for you guys, Moon in the reverse position. You know, I kind of feel like you're not being open to something that you are actually connected to here, Gemini, and if it's like a person, you know, it could be that there is a mutual connection here, but maybe you're kind of pushing it away at this time because you feel like you're experiencing a moment of truth, but it doesn't feel like truth. It feels like the false truth, Gemini. And what I mean by this is for example, let's say someone that you're connected to loves you, you love them, but you just don't believe that like you deserve them, or like you don't believe that they love you back. And it's like you're embracing this false truth, but it's not the truth at all. So Geminis, I'm getting that feeling for you guys right now where it's like you're not attuned to how somebody else feels, but based on your own assumption that you have of yourself, that's what's kind of pushing you away from being able to be in a harmonious union. Whether that harmonious union is in love, whether that harmonious union is in the workplace, you know, you're kind of in this space right now, Gems, where it's like, hey, I don't feel like what I love and care about feels the same about me, you know? So my advice for Gems here is that I feel like you're embracing a false truth. You know, maybe what you're believing to be true is not necessarily the case. You know, you always want to be mindful with the laws of assumption, because when you assume something, you're going to have it be that perspective, and that's just that. So Geminis, I'm getting a feeling here that, let's say, for example, you're dealing with love. I think that the other person here mutually feels the same way about you, and you kind of got to get out of your head. You know, you're pushing away somebody by saying they don't care when they do. You know what I mean? Same thing with about, you know, like work, for example. Maybe you're like, oh, well, nobody would ever want to hire me in that field of work because I'm just not good enough for it. Who the fuck said that? You said that, but does it mean it's true? No. So I feel like you're embracing some sort of false truth, and you got to allow yourself to take a step back and ask yourself this question: is what I'm saying to myself really the truth? Or am I putting myself down through negativity? Because maybe that's something that I've been used to doing before. I want you to ask that question to yourself and see what comes up there in your feelings and in your emotions, because looking at the outcome, Gemini, we do have here the Moon in reverse, and Moon in reverse showing up here for you at this time represents that you're pretty detached emotionally to what the truth is. All right, so my advice for Gems is really check in with yourself and say, am I saying a real truth or is it a false truth? You know, I know for me personally, sometimes I'll put myself down and I'll be like, man, I'm just not good enough, you know? And then I look at myself and I'm like, okay, is that truth or is that just me being negative? You know what I mean? Because I ask myself that question and then I take a look and I'm like, wait a minute, well, if I'm not good enough, then how did I do this? How did I do that? How did I get this? How did I get that? You know? So it's like, you got to talk to yourself sometimes and recognize and call yourself out on your own bullshit, your own false truths, because we set those up pretty frequently. And even though we think we believe in those false truths, deep down inside, we know they're bullshit. So really catch in with yourself, check in with yourself, Gems, in the next 24 hours would be my advice here for you. Okay? All right, though, Team Gemini, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So thank you, Gemini, for stopping on by. By the way, Eclipse Chaser said, as much as those cards are worn, Ant has them really warmed up. Yay. Yes. Well, this deck is pretty old. I never used this one for the daily readings. What is this deck? The Radiant Rider Waite Tarot, I think. I've had this one for like 2 years. Well, I don't know. I'm interesting with tarot decks. Like, I'll use a tarot deck for a couple months and I'll put it down for like 2 years and then I'll come back to it because the cards at the time will be more smooth and like they had time to kind of like get back into a good condition, if you will. So I haven't used this in a while, but I've always loved this deck. I like how radiant, right, the Rider Waite cards are. They really do pop and shine for sure. All right. But we did our air, we did our water, we did our fire. So we're going to hop into the earth sign in a second, guys, and we'll get to it soon. Alyssa Sierra said, so glad that I finally made time. Or made it in time. Been watching you since you first made the channel, and it's been amazing to watch your community grow and your confidence as a reader grow. Grateful for you. Well, thank you so much, Alyssa. I really appreciate that. Thank you for sticking around with me in this really long journey that we've been on so far. Basically 5 years we've been here, so I appreciate you being around this entire time. That really means a lot to me, more than you know. For sure, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, so we're going to go ahead and move forward. I'm trying to think. Do I want to do, after I finish up the next earth sign that I do, because I'm going to go ahead and do, we're going to do Taurus in a second. So I'm going to do Taurus. After I do Taurus, I think we'll do a quick little breath work meditation, and then I'll do the last and final batch afterwards. How's that sound? If that sounds good with you guys, I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. LaQuisa Trent said, hey, Aunt, happy Thursday. Dude, you're fantastic. I've been following you for a few years. Now let me give you a wedgie. Well, thank you for following me for a few years. And I don't know what's up with the wedgie thing that you really like, but no, thank you. I'm good. All right. I'm Gucci. That's funny. I'm Gucci, huh? Alyssa said, I've been following or watching you for 3 years. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kevin wants to know, what flavor of vape is this? This is just menthol flavored. I used to smoke like Newports back in the day very frequently. So with that being said, that's why I've always kind of stuck with a menthol. But yeah, this has stopped me from smoking for like 6 years now, which is crazy. So happy about that. But nonetheless, guys, let's go ahead and hop on into it. I'm glad that sounds good with you guys. So we'll go ahead and do Taurus real quick, and then we'll just do a quick little meditation, and then we'll move on into the rest of the reads today, okay? So hopping on into the bull gang. Let's see what's up here, baby. What's going to be showing up here for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here for the zodiac sign of Taurus? Messages here for Team Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What is going on? Let's go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Team Taurus, starting out here with the overall energy for you, we do have here the 8 of Cups. So you could be connecting with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. Looking at the current energy, we got the 5 of Wands. What you're dealing with, we do have here the Lovers in reverse, and then the outcome for you is going to be the Fool card in the reverse position. So what I'm seeing here for you in your next 24, 8 of Cups to the 5 of Wands. You're definitely kind of avoiding conflict in your next 24 hours. Taurians are not about conflict. You're not interested in conflict. You know, you're really putting your focus somewhere else. I mean, looking at what you're dealing with right now, Lovers reversed, I kind of get the feeling, Taurus, where like people are just bringing shit to you that is not even what you're connected to in the slightest. Like this could be people who are bringing in drama or people who are bringing in unnecessary negativity. And you're like, I'm so detached from this. Like you can bring this energy all you want, but I'm not sitting around here to enjoy it or to bask in it. Okay. So looking at the outcome, Fool in reverse, you have no issue walking away from any kind of conflict or walking away from any kind of negativity because it's not what you're about here at this time. So Taurians, you're like unapologetically walking away from people that are just bringing in the bad vibes because you ain't about it here at this time. So I don't blame you, you know? I think that sometimes people have this way of constantly trying to poke the bear, and inevitably when you keep poking the bear, what's going to happen? The bear is going to shoot up and it's going to chase you, you know? But from your perspective, Taurus, it's like, okay, you can keep on poking me. You're not going to get that reaction out of me. So I kind of get a feeling here where maybe somebody's trying to get a reaction out of you, but once you show them no reaction from your perspective, they instantaneously start to see how they don't have any power at all and just how powerless they truly are. So that's the best thing for you guys, you know? At the end of the day, the best way to shut somebody down is just to not feed into what it is they want, which is your energy. All right, Team Taurus. All right, though, guys, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for tuning on in, though. Really, really appreciate it, Bull Gang. Okay. All right. Protagonist asked, was it hard to transition into vaping? Not necessarily. I mean, I had my first cigarette when I was 9 years old, which is not good at all. But I didn't necessarily start smoking daily until I was about like 16 years old. So from like 16 to 19, I was still smoking pretty heavily, but at 18, or sorry, not even at 18, at 16, I started my first vape. So I've always been pretty accustomed to it because I would do both at the same time. Okay, so not a good thing either, but I would like vape and then have a cigarette and like whatever. But I really started making that transition to vaping only at like 18. So it was relatively easy for me. I mean, everybody has talked shit about this. This is a jewel, okay? I know that all the children got their hands on it for like a year and they made a crazy thing about it, but now kids don't even touch this shit anymore because it's all very like adult proof. This hits as hard as the cigarette does on the throat. So that was always the thing for me. I needed it to like hit my throat the right way. So this simulates that. So it's very easy for me to transition into this. I don't ever really feel like I need to go back to smoking. I mean, occasionally when I'm drinking, if I want to have a cigarette, I'll go have a cigarette, you know, but I use it more on like an occasion thing, or more like a very rare occasion, if you will. But it's not something that I feel like I would ever have to go back to because this suffices, you know? So that's for me personally. But hopefully that answers your question. For me, I think it was a pretty easy transition for sure. All right. Eclipse Chaser said, just a heads up, the Book of Answers reading's done and it's quite interesting. Thanks. And oh, you're very welcome. Yes, guys, I did upload today the Book of Answers reading. So if you haven't seen your Book of Answers, feel free to check it out. That's going to be uploaded already on the channel. So if you want to see your June 2023 predictions with the Book of Answers, that video is currently posted. Okay. All right, though, guys, we're going to hop into a bit of a meditative session now. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is we're going to be practicing today the 4x4 method. So if you guys want to go ahead and start doing this in your daily lives, it's a really, really powerful meditation, or more so, not even really a meditation. You could make it a meditation if you like, but it's more so just breath work. So what I'm going to do here, and if you want to follow along, feel free to. If not, no worries. But I'm going to be doing this. We're going to inhale through our nose for 4 seconds. What we're then going to do afterwards is we're going to hold that breath for another 4 seconds, and then we are going to exhale for 4 seconds as well. So that's why it's called the 4x4x4. So we're going to do this about 4 times, okay? So breathe in for 4 through the nose, hold it for 4, exhale out the mouth for 4, and we'll do it for 4 times. And afterwards of doing this, you guys should definitely feel much more relaxed. For anybody that's feeling tension, for anybody that's feeling anxiety, for anybody that's just genuinely feeling like I need a breath of fresh air, this part of the video is really, really going to help you out today. So I've never done this before live, but definitely feel free to join me if you're interested, and let's go ahead and get started. So remember, 4x4x4, we're now going to start breathing in for 4 seconds. So breathe in. Hold for 4. And exhale for 4. And we're now going to go ahead and repeat this process 3 more times, okay? So definitely feel free to follow along if you're interested. If not, absolutely no worries, okay? That's the second time. Going for the third time, inhale. Beautiful. Now moving on into our last time, guys. Breathe in. Beautiful, guys. Very good job. I actually really, really enjoyed this meditation. So now I'm like, ooh, I feel super relaxed, right? For some people, you might even feel like kind of like stoned for a second or two. Like it's very interesting. It kind of makes you feel like so relaxed as if you just hit a joint for a second or so. But you feel super relaxed, super comfortable. So you're going to inhale through your nose, as I mentioned, exhale through your mouth. But I do hope you guys understand, or not understand, but I do hope you guys feel the effect of what I'm talking about. So you have chills through your body right now. You're very welcome, Michaela. It's a really, really awesome experience. This is something I learned a long time ago. I forget who was mentioning this technique or method, but it's something that works for me very, very well. So like I said, guys, if you need like a breath of fresh air, try that meditation. If you need to relieve any kind of anxiety, you can try that too. But when you do this pretty consistently, at least for 4 times the entire time, it can bring down stress level. It can bring down anxiety levels. It can increase your breathing in so much of a more powerful and better way. And if you ever want to extend this or do this for a longer version, it's something that really helps out as well, guys. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that. It was really, really cool. Yeah, Aisha's like, yeah, I'm a little bit dizzy. Yeah, you get a little dizzy afterwards for sure, but it definitely starts to like level out relatively quickly, and then you feel much better and much more calm and relaxed. This is a really good method for those that might struggle to sleep or are having a hard time getting in the bed or having a hard time going to sleep. So yeah, guys, if you joined me, I appreciate it. If you didn't join me, that's totally okay too. But I urge you guys to give it a go in your spare time. It really, really does help out for sure. Okay. All right, though, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on forward now. We're going to hop on into our last and final batch of signs for today. We did go water all the way to the end to earth. So water, fire, air, earth, going back into the water. Let's have a look here at the Cancer and we'll see what's popping here for you. Okay. What do we got showing up here for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Team Cancer? Messages here for Team Cancerian, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my Cancer, we're going to get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Cancer, overall energy for you is the Fool. Hello. You could be connecting here with a Aries for a few of you. Having a look at your current energy, we got the Ace of Swords reversed, what you're dealing with, Cancer. Death in the upright position. Looking at the outcome here, we do have here the Emperor. I kind of get the feeling a little bit for Cancers where it's a little difficult right now to come to terms with the fact that something's shifting or something's changing. I say this pretty often, but Cancers can have a hard time sometimes being able to accept change. I know from my personal perspective as a child and being younger, like whenever I would see change, it was so hard to adapt to it because Cancers are cardinal signs. So with that being said, we're kind of used to things having a certain structure. So when I would find change or see change showing up in my life, I wouldn't like it. I was like, I want to stay inside of my comfort zone as long as possible, right? So I get the feeling here for you, Cancer. It's been a little hard here to face some sort of change. And I think that you're in that energy with the outcome being the Emperor, where you're trying to control things that are changing that are beyond your control. And Cancer, I say this to you guys, I think we get this reading pretty frequently, at least once or twice a month, right? Because I know me being a Cancer, I've been here so much in my life where it's like, I just want to control everything, even though some things are beyond our grasp, some things are beyond our control. So you're kind of in a space where you're trying to control something that you just simply can't. And the more that you don't come to the terms of being accepting of what's changing, the more that you are not accepting what's changing, the more stressed, the more frustrated you will become. So always remember, guys, accept the things we cannot change, focus on the things we can. That's always going to be the most important way to go about life. I think that if we keep trying to change the things we can, only thing we're going to do is furthermore stress ourselves out, make ourselves uncomfortable, make ourselves unhappy. And that's the last thing that we want to do for ourselves. So Cancers, I think that you're not really coming to terms here with something that's changing, but it's time to step up and come to terms with it. And the more accepting you can be, the more better you're going to feel as time progresses. So Cancers, open yourself up to change here, guys. I know that it's uncomfortable, but even though a path may start off originally uncomfortable, it doesn't mean that that path can't get comfortable in the future. You know, everything that we start once is uncomfortable and then it becomes more comfortable over time, you know? Remember when you started your first job, you probably felt super awkward. You didn't really know anybody. You haven't made friends yet with these new coworkers. And then as time progressed, what happened? You got more comfortable with the job you did. You got more comfortable with the people you worked with. You might have even joked with them, made acquaintances and friends with some of them. You know, so every new environment's uncomfortable, but inevitably it lets that comfort in, or it becomes more comfortable as time progresses. And oh, I like that actually. What Eclipse Chaser said here in the chat is she said, sometimes gaining control is letting go of the control. And that's a beautiful way to put it. So very beautifully put. I appreciate that. And that's very true here for you, Cancer. Sometimes gaining control is letting go of the control in your life. So, and like Red Sky says here too, change is inevitable. Nothing stays the same. Absolutely. So Cancers, change is going to be a part of life no matter what. So always focus on what it is you can change. And for whatever it is you can't, do your best to come to that place where you can be accepting of it. Okay? All right, guys. Actually, looking at the views right now on the video, it is 1,100 111, or sorry, it's 1011. So we got 111 showing up right now for you, Cancer. And what does 111 entail? It represents a new journey, a new beginning that's on the horizon for you. But it always says to enjoy this new beginning that's coming in here for you, because it's going to be a good one. So when you see 111, 1111, these are new beginnings happening, but these are new beginnings that are going to spark wonderful creation for you going forward, okay? All right, Cancer, don't worry so much about your future. Don't worry so much about the change. I think the change is going to be a positive one, okay? All right, Cancer, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did all of our water signs for today's daily reading. Jumping on into our fire, let's have a look here at the lovely Ram fam and see what's popping for the Aries. What do we got going on here for Team Aries, baby? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What is going on here with you? Let's take a look at the Ram fam. Aries overall energy for you guys is going to be the King of Pentacles. Nice. I like that. You could be connecting here with a earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Having a look at your current energy, we got the Queen of Pentacles, what you're dealing with, Two of Cups in the upright, and looking at the outcome for you, Page of Wands in the reverse position. So let's see what's going on here for you. King of Pence, it is a card here of comfortability. It's a card here of just being very comfortable, being very grounded, feeling pretty abundant with what you have. I think your next 24 hours, Aries, is kind of like a reminder of like, I am good where I'm at, you know? I think it's a realization of contentment, like you're pretty damn content, because looking at what you're dealing with here, you got here the Page of Pentacles, or sorry, looking at your current energy and looking at what you're dealing with. Sorry, you got the Queen of Pentacles, you got here the Two of Cups. This represents that right now you're content with what you have. You feel connected to life. You're happy with your life. There's a lot around you that you can be happy of and proud of. And I mean, looking at the outcome here for you, Page of Wands reversed, you're not interested in anything else. It's like the life I have right now, I wouldn't trade it for the world. You know, the life I have right now, I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I feel like Aries are kind of reaching a pretty peak moment of contentment in their life where everything feels pretty damn good and you don't feel like you'd ask for anything else. So guys, what I say to this is live it up and enjoy it. You know, everything in life is temporary, including states of contentment. But you know what's even great about that? Once your life kind of starts to feel like it's not so content anymore, then it leaves room for excitement for new journeys. So right now, if you're good where you're at, stay good, enjoy it, be as happy as possible, enjoy it and live it up. But when that time comes where it's like, okay, time to venture out again into the world, then get excited for the new adventures you'll have in the future. So yeah, not much I can say on this reading, not much I can talk about or expand on this reading with you guys with. It's just like, you're in a good space, live it up. You know, whether or not your good space is just it's a good day tomorrow, or whether or not you've been in a pretty good space for a while, if you're content, guys, enjoy it to the fullest, man. That's a really, really awesome thing to see for you. Okay? All right, Aries, I love that. Of course, if it's not your story, no worries, but thank you everybody for coming out here nonetheless, okay? All right, Aries, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the Ram fam, so we got the fire done, the water done. We're moving on into the air in just a sec, okay? By the way, there was a quick question. Valerie would like to know, how long have I been on YouTube? So I've been on YouTube for 5 years now. So March 25th, that just recently passed, was my channel's 5-year anniversary. All right. Which is super cool. Like, I never thought I'd be here for more than like 3 years. And the fact that we made it to 5 is pretty awesome. So, you know, cheers to 10. It'd be cool to be here for 5 more years. You never know what can happen, right? Oh, hey, Vanilla Capricorn. What's poppin'? How are you? Thank you for tuning on in. All right. But all right, guys, moving on into our air sign now. We're going to have a look here at the Aquarius. So let's see what's going on here for the Aqua baby. Okay. What's showing up here for Aqua? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for the zodiac sign of Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What is going on with you? We did have a card that flipped. Let me see if I can find it. And that card's going to be the Hangman. So this is Pisces energy. You could be connecting with a Pisces, possibly Aquarius, but Hangman coming in for you. It could be like a card of an epiphany. So I do feel for some of you, you might be having some sort of epiphany showing up here at this time. Nonetheless, though, what's going on here, man, for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours? Let's see what is up with you. Aquarian, overall energy for you is going to be the World card. You could be connecting with a fixed zodiac like an Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo. Looking at the current energy, excuse me, looking at the current energy, we have here the Moon. What you're dealing with, we have here the Nine of Pentacles. And then looking at the outcome, Aquarius, Ten of Pentacles, but in the reverse position. So let's see what's going on here for you guys. World card here to the Moon card in the upright. World card represents the ending of cycles, but of course with every ending marks a brand new beginning for you. I mean, having a look at the current energy, we do have here the Moon card showing up, and the Moon card is a card that represents that it's a little bit emotional because something in life feels a bit bittersweet. I think it's a bittersweet feeling you're having where, yeah, something in life is ending, but at the same time, it probably was for the best. And, you know, whatever comes next is probably going to be something that's good as well. So this can mark a breakup for some of you, right? So if there's been a breakup happening in love, or maybe a disconnect to a friend, or maybe there's a parting of ways happening with a career, you know, it's a bittersweet feeling. I think you're excited for what's to come. And I think that you do, you know, I think you do not necessarily, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you understand and you agree, that's the word, with the fact that it's probably better off that something in your life has come to an ending. So looking at what you're dealing with here, Nine of Pentacles, it's like, I'm on the road again. I'm single. I got to figure things out. I got to figure out what comes next. And looking at the outcome, Ten of Pentacles reversed, you know, it's kind of tough, I think, because granted, something is ending in your life. I feel like it's, you know, when you leave a party and it's like that party was great, but now the party's over. But now we need to clean up. You know what I mean? You got plates everywhere. Maybe you got beer everywhere. You know, you got to clean up everything from the party, even though the party's over. I feel like that's kind of similar to something you're going through, Aquarius, where it's like, okay, something in my life has ended, but there's still stuff left over that needs to be cleaned up before I can fully move on into the next period of my life. So I'm not sure who this is going to resonate to. It might not resonate to any of you. So that's totally okay though, if that happens, but it's a pretty interesting message where it's like, I still have things that need to get cleaned up after the fact of this ending that's occurred. I think that you agree with the fact that something should have ended because it's caused a bit of a mess in your life. And maybe you see some of that mess now that you're focusing on cleaning up. So it's like, yeah, it's a good thing it ended for sure, but I got to clean up this mess. I got to stay confident and I got to move into somewhere new with that Nine of Pentacles. Super general reading, guys. Wish that it made more sense. To me, it kind of makes sense. I hope it makes sense to you. But of course, if this is just mumbo jumbo, don't apply it to your life. But Aquarius, that's what I have here for you. So it's a bittersweet ending, but something definitely ended for a reason. Okay? All right, guys, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up all of our air signs. We also did our water and our fire. We're moving on into our earth signs in just a sec, everybody. So do bear with me. Real quick, I did want to go ahead and read a response real fast. Valerie said, "You are the first for me that I've gone and checked out other readers, but after I heard you, you've always been the best and I always come back to you." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for always coming back on by. Really, really appreciate that a lot. All right. Vanilla Capricorn said, "I really wish the wind would chillax for once and the summer weather would really kick in, and I couldn't find me and I wouldn't find me turning on my heat out here in May." Yeah, I know. The weather's been weird, dude. Like, it's been super weird. I mean, I feel like this winter should have been more wintry, but it wasn't wintry. And then when we got into May had more winter weather in New York than winter weather during December. It was odd. So the weather's been weird for a while, but yeah, it'll be nice to get better weather going forward. We've been having kind of like some days it'll be 70s, which it's like gorgeous outside, and then it'll go down to like the 40s. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, we're getting closer to the summer solstice. Like, something here has got to start adding up. So yeah, the weather's been a little weird, but hopefully it switches up soon for you, Vanilla Capricorn. All right. Either way though, guys, appreciate everybody being here. I did want to take the time real fast to say, for the 151 peeps that are here, if you could drop a like, that'd be super sweet. Thank you for coming out and spending time with me. Really, really appreciate you guys so much. Okay. All right, y'all, we're moving into the final sign, going back on in to our lovely and amazing earth signs. Let's see what's popping here for the Virgo. Okay. What do we got going on here for team Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on with you, baby? All right, Team Virgo, let's go ahead and check it out. Starting out here with the overall energy, we do have an Eight of Swords in reverse. Having a look here at the current energy for you, we do have here the Page of Wands reversed, what you're dealing with. Nine of Pentacles coming out, looking at the outcome. Two of Cups in the reverse position. Based on what I'm feeling here so far for you, Virgo, I definitely feel with the Eight of Swords reversed here to the Page of Wands reversed, something is out of sight, out of mind. I think you're happier off without someone or without something, and that's kind of what the cards are saying here, moving in your next 24 hours. I think you're going to come to terms realizing, yeah, separating myself from a person or from a situation was probably the best idea. So I feel like, if anything, this message is confirmation that you made the right choice and that it was probably the right thing for you to do, to separate yourself from a person, place, or thing. You know, whether this is about saying, okay, maybe quitting my job really did have an upside to it, you know, maybe walking out of this situationship did a number on me in a good way, or maybe leaving behind this friendship that might have been a little bit toxic was probably the best route to go. I definitely see you guys having that clarity and having that confirmation in your next 24 hours of like, yeah, abandoning or walking away from something really was the best vibe. It really did work out the best for me, because look at me now, Nine of Pentacles. I feel much better being self-sufficient than being around another energy. So Virgos, my advice, or not necessarily advice, but my message for you in your next 24 hours is just reconfirming here what it is you already know. Like, you made the right choice to walk away. So if you've kind of been wondering to yourself about that, if you've been wondering if you made the right choice, was it a good idea? I would say so. I think that the results of you being separated from someone or something are far more positive and better than you being around this specific person, place, or thing. Yeah, Ten of Wands reversed. Like, you have released a lot of burdens and energy, and overall, you're not experiencing this anymore. Nine of Swords. Instead, you know, you're experiencing an energy that's different now. Two of Pentacles. Like, it feels like you can start to get back to work already. You feel like you can start to get things moving again, is what I'm seeing for you. To a certain extent, Virgo, I do feel like whatever you were surrounded with in a way kind of kept you a little bit stuck too. Like, if you had a toxic friendship, maybe it was a friend who always, for some reason, would say things to make you doubt yourself, or like stop you from doing something. Or if it was a romantic partner, etc. Like, I kind of get the vibe here of somebody who would put things in your head or plant seeds in your head, these negative seeds, to kind of hold you back from success. Virgo, interesting message coming up here with the Seven of Cups reversed. You know what I think it is? I think somebody wanted to keep you for themselves. And the only way they thought that they could do that was by sabotaging your happiness, because they were afraid that once Virgo gets too happy, they're going to abandon me. Like, they're going to let me go. They're going to walk away. So this message is becoming oddly more specific, but the way that I see it is you're walking away from somebody because you see that they're trying to keep you around, but the way they're trying to keep you around was by planting bad seeds. And these bad seeds were intended so that you can never flourish and be happy, because if you were happy, you would fly away from them. You know what I mean? So that's what I see going on here for you, Virgo. Take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but I think you're glad that you walked away out of this situation and this person. Okay? All right, though, Virgo. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you very much for coming on by, though, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Take that if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't, but that's what I saw going on here for you. By the way, Red Sky, thank you so much for the 555. Really, really appreciate it. You said you never know what you got until it's gone. Be thankful that you got it. Even if it isn't perfect, be thankful for it for sure. Yeah, and you're missing your sons at this time for sure. Yeah, you know, I think that that's so important in life too, guys. A lot of the time, we don't recognize that we're in the good old days until it's the good old days, okay? And yes, I stole that from The Office, which is from Andy, but regardless, it's very true, right? We never really recognize that we're in the good old days until it becomes a moment where we reflect on our memory and we're like, damn, like, that was the good old days, you know? So you could be in the good old days right now and not even know it. So live it up in life, guys. You never know how much you're going to miss where you are right now until it's no longer that period of time. So best thing you can do is be present, enjoy it, enjoy yourself, and make some good fucking memories, because that's what we're doing right now when you really think about it. What we're doing right now is we're making future memories. So live it up, baby. Okay. All right, guys, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Y'all, thank you so much for coming out here to today's daily reading. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you had a fun and fantastic time. I do want to say, for everybody in the chat, if you could drop a like, that'd be super awesome. Helps out a lot more than you know. Really would appreciate it if you could take the time. For anybody here who's new, if you like this channel and if you like the vibe, come on down and subscribe, baby. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. For everybody who sent in donations, guys, thank you so much for that. It helps out a lot more than you know. So thank you so much for your generosity. I did want to mention, everybody, today I uploaded the Book of Answers June 2023 predictions. So if you haven't seen that video already, feel free to check it out. It's an all signs video, and you can go ahead and get a little bit of a quick insight into what's going on here for June. So feel free to check out that video, guys. Okay. I am currently in the process of working on the June monthly videos. So bear with me. I'll be getting those out as quickly as possible to everybody. Okay. And also real quick, guys, if you want to get a 15-minute personal reading with me at a 20% discount, feel free to use code POPPIN. That's going to be POPPIN for 20% off at checkout. Only on my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. First link in the description below. So if you guys want to get a quick 15-minute personal with me, feel free to use code POPPIN at checkout. Okay. All right, though, guys, I love you very much. It's been fun today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for stopping by and coming on out. And with that all being said, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace. Later, guys.